during sort of holiday periods, which Alex gets 6 to 8 weeks a year at the moment, I think it's 8. I normally have to draw a filler saying Alex is on holiday, and that's just a little cartoon in a box, which should be put in the newspaper and also goes on the Telegraph website and our own website and our own Twitter feed and all that kind of thing. It's a kind of tradition that we have that we will do a picture of Alex in a deck chair or something, reading the financial pages, or sitting on a lilo reading about floating rate notes or something like that. That's sort of. And all my roughs, they start with a Barrow drawing normally. Alex is taking his money abroad basically after the Labour victory, trying to get out of the country, which is what a lot of people are doing. That's basically the idea of the joke, okay? And I'd sort of, that's roughly speaking how I would draw it. Very, very rough. Now the thing about this one, although the scale is quite nice, the thing that becomes rather obvious when you draw it out is that the notes sticking out of Alex's bag become impossibly small to read. I mean, this is, you really can't read that says £50 there. It doesn't look airporty enough. Have these sort of barriers at airports, which kind of help a little bit. Just not really enough space to do it. I mean, if I had the whole front cover of a book or something to make this illustration happen in, I'd probably draw a bunch of people all looking at him, sort of staring at him, and sort of have people kind of sitting around looking kind of. Who's that? Git. Oh, why do you use blue crayon? And the reason is because you can put it on a scanner. When you've inked it in, you can ink in blue and then draw over the top in black ink. Put it on the scanner, magic technology. The blue just doesn't show up photographically, so you end up with just the black lines that you've drawn. You don't have to go through all the hassle of rubbing them out, which sounds lazy, but has to be said. When you're rubbing something out and you get a little bit of moisture or something under your rubber, and it just causes a great big smear to appear all over your drawing, it's really annoying. Anyway, it's a thing that people that draw graphic novels, or whatever you call superhero comic strips, they do it like that. They use that. Writing has to be that size to make it work. I can make it like that. So should I have them with glasses? I don't know. I think probably not. Isometric is what it's called, by the way. When you have everything as a sort of parallelogram as your perspective, like what the Chinese use as their form of perspective. Apparently it's called isometric perspective. As you could either do it like that, or you could have it spreading out. I'm doing it isometric, and I kind of quite like it in illustrations when the actual objects within an illustration are about the same size relative to each other as they are in real life. The thing about cartoons is I do still have to draw pictures of people reading newspapers to show what the news thing is. There's absolutely no way I could put that on a tiny little screen on somebody's phone and have them looking at it. I don't know what I'd have to do. I suppose I'd have to draw another screen up, which would be such fun. I'm going to attempt to draw in the proper blue pencil. Now, according to my city people, Alex would always be wearing loafers. So, although I don't really like drawing them very much, and without socks, so I'll do them without socks. And I think Alex would wear trousers that were quite shorts, rather, that were quite low like that. Sort of feel he'd have something in his pocket, boarding pass or something. I don't know. Right, trying to do the final bit of blue pencil drawing now. I had to go look up what aircraft seats look like because I can't find it. I keep files of lots of things which I suggest is worth anybody doing who wants to do cartooning, and I can't find the one which has got airport seats. Anyway, I just found one. Found a picture of one on Google, which sort of do a made-up airplane seat, really, like that. They all have those weird little things. That one should be there. That one should be there. Right, I've just got to finish off the inking at this point. I normally draw on a horizontal space when it's better for inking sometimes, in that the ink comes off your pen more easily. Anyway, when you're colouring in a cartoon, I mean, this is pretty obvious, and anybody who's done it knows this, but there are basically only 3 shades that you can do with a pen. One is, I'm doing a slightly longer bit of the arrow here, just because I haven't actually committed to how long my arrow is going to be, and it's the kind of thing that I change on Photoshop. Anyway, the thing, as I was saying, about shading, is you've actually only got, this is my incredibly elegant ink, incidentally. You've only got 3 shades. There's white, with an outline around it, and there's black, which is what I'm using now, and there's intermediary halftone, and the way you do that is really, it's only by just doing horizontal lines or diagonal lines, to shade it with. I avoid shading with diagonal lines when I can, because it interferes with my modelling lines, which are also diagonal, which, as you can see, are like here. I've used them.